listening to Behind the BS, episode 44, a special guest, ChevyBoy MHPR. Enjoy. Today's podcast is brought to you by GamerGoo. GamerGoo, dominate the competition. Check it out at gamergoo.com. What's up, everyone? Mystic Mike here with Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software, and today's guest is ChevyBoy. How you doing today, Chevy?
What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great, awesome Sunday. I am doing very well, very well.
Excellent. What we'll get you to do first then, Chevy, just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what you stream and how long you've been streaming, and then we'll go from there.
All right, let's do it. As you know, my name is ChevyBoy MHPR. MHPR coming from a community that we came from Forza, running Forza. We started in Forza Motorsports. We've been running for almost 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
Now we jumped into Horizon and I jumped into streaming. So I took a break from Forza for a little bit to make sure I could get good followers and I could do good in streaming. And then I went into streaming so we could expand the MHPR community.
And so you guys have been playing Forza for 10 years. Do you have anyone who actually competes like in tournaments and stuff like that? Or like esports?
Nope, we don't have anybody. We're all regular people. We did have that gamer who used to be a competitor and a painter for 1010 and them. But no, we keep to ourselves. We have fun together. We all try to get along and expand as much as possible. Nice. We're the regular peeps.
Regular peeps. So what did you stream before you streamed Forza? Because I mean, for as long as I've known you, I've only ever seen you stream Forza and then a few other games here
Forza,
and there.
Forza is my gold. Forza is the thing that I do. So I started streaming because of it, and I kept gaming because of Forza. Nice. But I love gaming other games. I've been gaming since I was young. I started with a ColecoVision.
Yes, the ColecoVision, yeah.
The ColecoVision.
I remember that.
Moved down to Atari, and we kept going from there. I love, games from back in the day, like Super Nintendo. What was it? Top Gear. It was one of the other games that I used to love, Top Gear.
What about Gran Turismo?
Oh, yeah, Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo was awesome. It was awesome on its day. I was on it all the time, especially since you had to wash your car and change the oil on it for it to perform correctly, or if not, you're done.
Yes, and then they brought in the whole, I think it was Gran Turismo 2 where you had to get licensed. Do your road tests and everything. Oh, man, I remember spending so many hours on trying to get like the third and fourth license on that game, having to get my dad to play it for me just to get the license.
I forgot the first year the motorsports first came out. I think it was like around 2000. Not 2011, 2004. It just slips my mind. I'm a little bit nervous, but
no worries.
Yeah, once Gran Turismo started going down, I always look for a game because I'm also from an auto mechanic point of view.
Yep.
My family loves cars, so we've always been into cars. We're gearheads.
Nice. I know very little about cars, I won't lie.
I always wanted a game that had customization. Build the car, any car, build it like, pick up your 81 Corolla in the game, paint it up how you want it to look.
Yeah.
Exactly. And having the feeling that you have that car in the parking lot and you're sitting here customizing it in a video game feels so awesome.
Oh.
So once Forza came out with that, I did say goodbye to Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo I don't even think they make a new Gran Turismo anymore, have they? I think the last one was like the fourth or the fifth.
No, there was a Gran Turismo Sports, which I think that ruined the game a bit. It was not. They should have let the game be the classic that it was. The way that it started out before, and they tried to make a different version of it to bring it back, really, it wasn't too good.
It backfired on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can say, honestly, the last one I remember playing, I think, was the third one. And then after that, I kind of just lost interest in it because, like you said, it just kind of went down after that.
Yeah, it was like motorsports actually saved the simulation racing gaming genre.
Oh, yeah.
By my opinion, when they came back. And then they came back with Horizon. After Motorsports 4, they came out with Horizon, which I had no idea that it was releasing. And once it released, I saw it on a commercial. I was down there at GameStop buying it.
down there. Oh man, they had you hooked, line, and sinker.
Oh yeah, right away.
So which do you prefer then, the Horizon or the Motorsports?
I'm bigger into the Horizons.
Yeah.
I never look back past the Horizon.
I was gonna say, I know I see you. I've never seen you play Motorsports as long as I've watched you anyway. So I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer.
Oh yeah, but I still keep up my Forza Motorsports collection. So I still got the 7.
Yeah.
And hoping the 8 comes out because they said that they were gonna come out with the 8 this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember them saying that.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe they'll have an announcement at E3.
At first, they said they were going to only do updates to Motorsport 7 because graphically, there's not much they could do. They're already like beyond 4K and all this. So it's like same track, same cars. Can we just do updates instead of selling another game? And I think they did so much to it that now they're looking at it and they're like, let's rescan all the tracks. Let's just redo a whole new one. It's better off, especially with a new Xbox coming out. In my opinion, the new Xbox X, I think it's just going to be a digital one. That's it.
I think so. I think I remember reading somewhere that it's going to be no CD-ROM, which would make sense because it'll save on the size. One, it'll save on the size of the system. It'll save on the amount of internal parts, which will actually help with the heat because now you're not going to have the heat of the hard drive spinning. And let's be honest, how many hard copy games do you still own? Or do you still buy on a regular?
Well, I still own quite a few.
Oh, really?
I got a little collection. I own almost all my Motorsports in disc, and I have digital ones.
Really? So
because I did it. Well, I buy them in disc. Like now, I buy them digital first, and then I wait until I see a sale at a GameStop or find a good one with a good case.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a habit.
It's a habit. You know, I hear. I do the same thing with Kingdom Hearts.
I want to have. I like seeing them just sitting there all next to each other.
Exactly. I do the same thing with Kingdom Hearts. I bought it digitally, but I still bought a deluxe edition hardcover tin can box set and everything. It's still sitting there wrapped in plastic because it's like you said, it's nice to see it sitting there.
Yeah, it's nice to have, especially when it's one of your favorite games. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And how long have you been streaming for?
Okay, I've been streaming for almost about a year.
Oh, nice.
Almost about a year. I started with my Xbox, as you know. Yep. I streamed through my Xbox, directly through my Xbox at first. I started getting into Mixer, and I said, I'm an Xbox insider, and that's how I got into Mixer. I got into Twitch. Twitch, I really didn't connect with, so I really never did nothing with it. I just tested out the app on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And give it a little review and moved on. Got into Mixer. Did the same thing for Mixer, but I got hooked on Mixer, which back then it was Beam.
Yeah.
So I got hooked on that. I met Moto.
Yep.
I started watching her. And I started taking notes on how to be entertaining, how to be a good person, and how to network.
Yep.
So from there on, Moto led me to a lot of great streamers, just did a lot of networking at first before I even went heavy with it. Now, a lot of people knew that I was streaming at the time.
Incognito.
Because because I had a community. I had my MHPR community.
Yeah.
Back then, it was back in the beginning around Horizon 3. And I already was 1,000 members deep. And I did not want them to jump into the stream and just give me a follow just to give me that support, which I appreciate. But if something I wanted to see, if I could do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the follows. I just don't want to automatically get them because then I go invest on it. I might not get no more follows.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of had the same situation.
I just had to make sure.
Yeah, I kind of went through the same situation when I started. I was in a clan where we mostly did like Destiny and World of Tanks, and it was the same thing. Like a lot of them came in and they followed me just because like the support thing, but then none of them came and watched because they didn't watch streams, but they followed me just to give the support, which I appreciated. Yep. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'd rather have the follow and have you come watch it as well, because then I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Like you want to make sure you bring in the viewers.
Yeah.
And the viewers that will be there and give you a follow.
Exactly. An empty follow.
I appreciate the support. The support is awesome, but yeah, an empty follow, like you say.
Yeah, that's basically all it would be. What What's your favorite thing about streaming? You have to pinpoint it down to one thing. What is your gives you that passion every time you hit it? The community, yep. 100%.
The community, the people, the other streamers, the help have been awesome. Especially from the beginning where, I had nothing. I only had an Xbox. 6 months later, with my nephew helping me, trying to get a computer, I couldn't get a computer because they were too expensive, running around $1,500, $1,200. And then if I got into the $900, they just didn't have enough for me. And my nephew was like, time to build. So I increased my internet speed just a little bit. My internet speed is not that big, believe it or not. It is recommended I believe they say it's recommended that you have to have more than 10 upload speed to at least try to run 1040.
At least 10 upload speed. I mean, I have I think 50, and sometimes depending on what's going on in the house, it'll struggle. No, it won't really struggle, but it'll glitch a little bit.
Yeah, I run 5.
Oh wow! You never tell.
A little bit, just under 5. Yeah. When I'm running all my equipment, I do a speed test, and it's down to like 1 point something.
Oh, geez. You never tell though. Like your stream doesn't, because I've seen some people who have like 1 or like 0.8, and you can tell like it's like it is so glitchy, like it's freezing. But yours is you can't tell at all that it's 5. That's crazy. You're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm doing 1080 at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
I did my research for the hardware, and I went to some professionals, asked them. I went to work, the tech room. I asked them of their opinion. They told me, it's a mix. It's a mix between hardware and your upload speed. If your upload speed is very high and your hardware is very low, you're not getting the most out of it.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought some gold internet wires.
Yep.
I can't pronounce it right. Infinite wires. Which cost me a pretty penny, but they run big megahertz through them.
Yeah.
And then bought a opened switch box.
Yep.
Instead of a regular router, because an open switch box doesn't take no more power. There's no Wi-Fi. You just plug everything in and you'll get all the same amount of power.
Yep.
So like that, I have my laptop, my build rig, my Xbox all plugged in, all in my setup.
Oh wow! So you went like top of the line for the cabling and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the smaller things that send out the internet, I went top of the line. Everything else, if I could go cheap or reuse, I reuse my computer desk. I'm using a TV right now. I'm getting a monitor next week, a real nice monitor. I'm only using a little 18-inch monitor right now.
Oh wow! It must be hard on the eyes.
You don't need much.
You don't know, yeah.
Yeah. You don't need much, but you could reuse a lot of stuff and go out there and just upgrade yourself. And a lot of people don't know the difference.
No, well, I never would have known. I thought you had like a big setup. Do you have the wheels and everything, like the pedals and everything, or?
Oh no! I'm trying to work through that, but I got so much upgrades to do still on my stream that keeps going down to the bottom of my list. So I make a list and say I need to upgrade this, and my PC still needs upgrade. I'm only running an i5 in my PC, an i5 6400, which my nephew gave me because I bought the wrong motherboard.
Yeah. And
it's not compatible with my i7 8700K. So my goal is to get that motherboard, buy a new motherboard, and get that on there.
No, that'll make a huge difference as well. Like a new motherboard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I would have thought you had like this huge setup. I thought for sure you had the wheel and everything. Like I thought you were like all out.
Oh no, I use an Elite controller.
Use a what controller? Sorry.
For my racing, an Elite.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Elite controller. I've never even held an Elite controller, but I hear so much about them.
Oh my God, you never held one.
I never. I just look at the price tag and the inside of me like cringes. So I'm like, oh, it's so much money. My wife would kill me.
Price tag. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. For one controller.
For one controller, I know.
Once I had the Elite controller, I could not go back. I mean, the Elite controller I got it from my nephew because my nephew does not game as much as me, and he had a regular controller, and he's like, "Here, Uncle, you could have this. You'll get more use out of it." He only owned it for like 2 months. I played with that controller for almost a year.
Oh my goodness!
And it finally broke, and then I went to my regular controller.
Couldn't do it.
Ain't no way. It was like holding a squeaky toy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try one. Yeah, I'll talk to the wife. My birthday's coming up, actually, so I'll talk to the wife and see. I'll be like, this is what I want. I'll pay for half even.
Get the white one.
The white one?
The white ones are the new models. Because a lot of the black models, like the grips, will start unsticking. Scarf sells replaceable grips for it, but it's iffy.
It's iffy? Oh, okay.
But the new model, the new model is the white Elite controller.
Okay, the white one. I'll have to make sure I write that down.
Yeah. And if you get it from GameStop, you could put in a 2-year warranty on it instead of that regular 60 days they give you. For $150 controller, Microsoft needs to change that.
Yeah.
60 days.
Warranty for $150. See, that's $150 US, right? So here, I'm in Canada, so I'm looking at like $200 and some dollars.
But it is a pro controller.
It is a pro. Okay.
Like people take it, you could use it for tournaments and all that. So it comes with a very thick braided wire, USB wire.
Yeah.
So like that, when you have it connected straight to your Xbox, you don't lose all those milliseconds of response that you lose one that is not wired.
Oh, really? So it can be wireless too, though, right? It doesn't have to be wired?
Yes.
Okay.
It could completely be 100% wireless. I like using my plug and play, so I have a battery, so it gives me extra weight, and I could go wireless or just plug it in when I feel like it.
Yeah.
But I just play wireless almost all the time, unless it needs power.
Yeah.
I keep it wireless.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I could be in the middle of the race, my controller could die. I just pick up the plug because I have an extension going to the back of my USB extension wire going to the back of my Xbox. I just plug it right back in and start the race. Keep going. Keep
going. I suppose you definitely need to have that extra juice for the race, and you don't want to lose those milliseconds, especially if you're playing like motorsport one as well.
Oh yeah. In motorsports, you gotta be good.
Yeah, I watched a buddy of mine. He competes. He was like, I think he's in the top 100 in North America, and I'll watch him on Sundays. He'll play, and he'll just like do the same track over and over to get ready for the tournament or whatever you want to call it. And he'll just sit there and do the track over and over, and he'll like hit the turn and be like, oh, I didn't hit it fast enough. I restart. And he'll go and be like, okay, that one's good. And I'm like, man,
yep.
I couldn't do that
track, studying that line. You got to study that line. Like we do that doing rivals.
Yeah.
So that's doing hot laps. And I also, back in my motorsports days, I used to like to do endurance. The endurance races. You went for almost 150 laps. It could have taken you 6-8 hours to complete the race.
Oh man, that's like the Goliath.
So 5 times.
Yeah.
Over. What I used to do it in solo mode.
Yeah.
And start it up, pause the game, go to work, come home, continue the game.
So I'm guessing if you do good in that race, you get a lot of experience, eh?
Oh yeah, you'll learn that track, and then once you go into online or you go into a championship, because they got the Forza championships.
Yeah,
anybody can enter. You just got to go in there and try
and place.
Yeah, that's all. And place. Yep, qualify in place, and you could get right in. It's awesome.
That is crazy. Other than the motorsport games, what other games are you currently playing off stream?
Oh, the Division. Right now, I'm loving the Anthem. I just finished the Anthem today.
Well, are you liking it? I've heard so many mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, so many, because it's kind of glitchy. But to me, it's not bothering me.
No?
All the glitches that everybody complain about, it's not bothering me. It has a lot of loading screens, so you don't want to try to die a lot. Oh, yes, the loading screen to come back takes a while.
That is crazy. You think they'd have that down pat by now? Like, you have some games nowadays where there's no loading screen at all.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, EA.
Especially when it's a shooter game, you know what I mean? But I understand that it's a big map, though. By the way I look at it, it's a big map to load.
That is true, yeah. I suppose it would take a lot they should have it almost the map broken up into phases where it loads as you get closer to it. Kind of like, I'm thinking like Minecraft, where parts of the land and the world don't load until you're like within a certain block of it or whatever. But I wonder.
And the mapping, I don't think the mapping is all that great. So like, when you go back to your fort, now you got to go talk to people. So now you got to look on your map, bring up your map, and look at who you got to talk to. I should be able to press the A button on that person and show me some kind of a compass or the indicator to go to that person and talk to them. It don't. It only shows you the main mission. So you get confused where you're walking to or where you're walking at. So you got to be careful with that.
Wow. And is the city big? Like, I'm thinking like Destiny, where you pretty much knew where the four main people were, but is it Anthem a little? Like, I've only played like I think a half hour Anthem, and I personally just couldn't get into it. I love the graphics, love the flying, but I just couldn't get into it. But how is the city map? Like, how big is the city that you go to?
The whole map is pretty big. I think it's pretty big.
Wow.
It takes you a while to fly from one point to another, especially when you're trying to find the tombs and you got to go to the last tomb.
Yeah.
So, but if you visit certain spots, I learned that you visit certain spots, it gives you you can fast travel to that spot.
Oh, that's good at least.
And just go from there.
Yeah, but I wonder how long the loading screen is for that though. If it'd be quicker to fly there, or it'd be quicker to load in there.
Oh yeah, load in. Load in.
Okay, yeah. So the map is that big then. Oh wow.
Will take a minute. And if you play like me, where I see anything in trouble, because as you're flying, you might hear people in trouble or help these people, or somebody's down there that's doing something and fighting as you're flying through the free map. I'll go down and help. I'm like, ooh, there's a fight down there. Gotta go get it.
Gotta go get it, yeah. You gotta get everything. That's like me on most of the games like that. I'm like, I can't handle little tiny things like little markers, little question marks or exclamation marks on the map. I gotta get every little thing.
Yeah, I gotta get my money's worth out of the game.
Exactly. That's how I play Forza
that's why
too.
I don't get people who fly through games. They fly through games. Why? Sit back, enjoy
the game. Yeah, there's so many little hidden things. Like I haven't even finished the new Forza Horizon yet, because I get on and I'll do a circuit, and then I get so sidetracked. I'm like, okay, I gotta go get the barn in this area. Oh, there's a sign over here. Oh, there's a billboard here. Oh, there's this here. And the next thing I know, like 3 hours go by, and I'm like, I've literally done like 0.5% of the game.
Like I accomplished nothing but some miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. There's so much content in Forza. It's not even funny. And now they keep adding stuff like the festival playlist. Oh my God, that keeps everybody busy for a week.
See, I gotta get back into it. I haven't touched it since. Oh man, I haven't played Forza probably since December. I've been so. Yep. There's been so many games that's come out since then that I've been so busy with, and it's one I want to get back into, because it's one of those games I find I can just sit on the couch and I can just chill to it and relax, and it's calming. You can put the music on, drive around. The roar of the engine is so calming.
I love it because met so many great people playing Forza. So many great people.
Yeah.
You could do almost anything. You could chill, sit down in the lobby. Your friends could sit there and drift, show off paint jobs. We could go online, go racing. We make up games.
Yeah.
Like hide and go seek. We turn off the maps and we say, okay, now you got to try to find us.
I always wondered about that, because my son he always wanted to play hide and go seek on there, but I was like, I can see where you are on the map though. So you can just go and turn the map off, and then
you turn your map off. You go and you turn your map up. If you're the person who needs to find the people, you got to turn off your map.
Okay.
Turn off the overhead names.
Okay. And then
you won't be able to see them, and you won't be able to tell who's the civilian and who's a real player. And then us, if we're sneaky, what we're gonna do is gonna try to pick a car that we know there's a civilian around that area. And we might go off some other area, so you can't go over this city.
Yeah.
And we stay in that area.
And so do you just stay still, or do you just drive around?
No, we drive around. Like I change my license plate. I make sure I put something that almost like the drive avatar, the civilians do.
Yeah.
The drive avatars, or the computer.
Yep.
The civilians. I try to put the same license plate and paint my car simple.
It's not a bad idea.
Like that, so you could drive right by me if I'm driving like them.
Yeah.
Like the civilian cars, and I don't spin my wheels. You will not know that I'm a real player. You could just go right past me and not hit me, and you got to tag us to find us.
Okay, I was just gonna say that. Do you have to tag, or do you have to just see? So you have to basically crash into them, basically.
Yep.
That is awesome.
And you got to be truthful that you get hit. And once you get hit, what you do is that person will help the person who's moderating, because we'll have somebody on like the drone just moderating everything, and they know who's who.
So now, what's to stop someone from just driving around
and nobody can cheat
and ramming into every single car, or are they not allowed to do that?
They could try that, but that's no guarantee that you're gonna find anybody.
Yeah, true.
So there's some people who camouflage their car and put it on the side of the woods. I remember back in Horizon 3, we did it, and somebody painted their car like a not dark gray, and it looked like ashy. And there was like a pyramid rock, and he had a Mini, so the car was small. And he just parked it right next to that rock. I tagged everybody but him, and we went past him like a million times. And then I finally gave up, so he won the game, and he had to stay where he was at. I turned on my map so I could see where he's at, and he was just sitting by that rock. I'm like, oh my God, with the small wheels, I couldn't tell. I just drove right past it. I thought it was part of the rock.
That is awesome. Sneaky.
Doing stuff like that, and just Forza is perfect. It's perfect for automobile people and just people who like to chill or hang out. And it's never ending. It's never ending between paint jobs, tunings, and cars. And I'm the type of person who got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. So I like it. One of my goals is to keep one car at each car in Forza. I've done it in Horizon 3. I'm trying to do it here, but they keep coming out with cars.
So how do you have all of them from the base game now, at least?
Oh yeah. I got all the base games. I got a lot of special edition ones. I got some that you can only get from Will Spins.
Oh wow. You've been grinding hard on that.
I'm to 734 cars so far. And I need to get rid of my duplicates so I can fit more.
734 cars. Oh my goodness, man. That is intense. I think I might have like maybe 100 and something, if that. If I'm lucky. I was gonna say, do you have any pre-stream rituals that you do like to help you pump up before you hit the live button, or do you just kind of go live and say, let's do this?
All right, so I sit here, I start making some graphics so I could put it up on my Instagram and tweet it out. And I turn on my MHPR music. DBC, one of my friends, follower, and he does a little bit of hip hop also.
Okay, cool.
And he does his own thing. So he made us a theme song.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
MHPR theme song. So that's my intro to start my stream. So I have that going through my OBS out loud through my speakers before I even start my stream, trying to get myself amped and get started to go.
Yeah. Do you do any warm-up laps or anything, or do you just go right fresh into the game?
Oh, no, I go fresh into the game.
I guess you don't need any warm-ups, though. You've been playing it so long that your warm-ups are past gone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not the greatest driver or anything. I mean, my community made me fast, but they're ultra fast.
They're ultra fast?
I mean, they're literally ultra fast, yeah. Keeping up with them, trying to keep up with them made me faster.
Oh, wow. I know I've played with a couple guys from your community. I can't remember the one guy's name. He showed us the Goliath, the little Goliath trick that was out for a while.
Oh, Venom? That was Venom, most likely?
Maybe Venom, yeah. Sounds familiar. Venom sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He been here since Horizon 3.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So he been here in the MHPR community for a very long time. Yeah, we got long-term members.
That's awesome, though.
But that's why Forza is so special to me.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And it's hard for me to play other games because, oh my God, I tried a few years ago. I tried to get into ESO.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. Yep, couldn't do it.
For me, it was a mistake. I'm an addict in video games. It was a mistake. My Forza community didn't see me for like 8 months.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
Chevy, what you doing, Chevy? Chevy, where you at? I'm doing something. I'm trying to make a new suit. So it's going to take about 5 days. Literally 5 days, 5 real live days.
Yep. That's another game too that I got really into, and I wouldn't even leave one of the sections until I had completed every single quest that I could possibly do, found every location. That's a game that I was same as you. When I got into it, I got hooked, and I was gone for months and months.
So awesome. And then when you belong to a girl, because then I started helping a friend that asked me to help her, and he's like, I got a girl on here. I see you keep playing a lot. Can you help me? Okay, we'll run the girl. And we started running the guild there. We had over 200 people in our guild.
Oh wow.
So we used to go online and just start wars.
Go to the PvP and just do the big battles.
Yep, the big battles. Because the other battles, the regular game battles,
yeah,
we'll literally go through them because, I used to be able to build all the strongest armor. Somebody else made all the strongest potions. Between all of us together, it was like, okay, I'll give you all these potions. I'll give you this armor.
Yeah,
and
just
let's
a
go.
trade off. Yep. I wish they had I don't know if you ever played WoW, but I remember when WoW had I like the way WoW does their PvP where you have the Alliance and you have the Horde and you can actually go raid the capital city, the Horde. I wish they kind of did that with ESO instead of having the one PvP area. I wish I could go.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
It would add such a big element to the game, but of course they'd have to do WoW does, where it's specifically a PvP server where it's open world PvP where you can just go and kill any one of the enemy and enemy can kill you no matter where you are. I think that would add so much to the game.
And let them keep coming.
Exactly. Because I remember back in the day, in vanilla WoW days, you get 100 people, it felt like, and you go raid the capital city of the Horde or the capital city of the Alliance, and it's just a bloodbath. Everyone lines up and just goes in and kills every NPC, every computer, every actual player. It's just, if ESO did something like that, it would be unbelievable.
It's like a big train. You just go through it like a train.
Exactly. Yeah. Go through like a train and then you capture it for the day and then you just sit there and kill everyone as they spawn in and have a good old time.
And another game that I still need to start my Monster Hunter. I still haven't started, just sitting there. I have to start that one.
That's one that I got really addicted to. And I think the only thing that saved me was I got so into it, but then I ended up, I think we went to Cuba or Mexico for 2 weeks. So I got a break on it. So when I came back, I was so in the zone that I didn't want to play any games because I was still in that vacation mode. And it's the only thing that saved me, because before, I think the day it released, I was on it for probably 10, 15 hours a day, grinding hard at it. And then we went on vacation, came back, and I was like, I don't feel like getting into a 10-hour session today. And then another game came out and took me away from it.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm scared of.
There's so much you can do.
Getting too hooked on it. And I want to make the Devil May Cry character on it.
So much you can do. All the customization. You'll definitely get lost in that game.
I wish that food was real.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. The food looks amazing in it.
So I really can't wait to get started on that one.
Are you going to stream it or are you just going to...
I'm going to stream it. I'm going to be streaming it here and there. And then I got to finish up the Division.
The first one or the second one?
I started the Division. The second one. I was done with the first one. I love the Division. The Division is awesome. I just don't get enough game time on it.
Yeah, same here. I went pretty hard when it first
40
dropped.
hours a week and then streaming.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not enough time. You'd have to basically stream it in order to get time to play it. But then you're too busy with the Forza.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then everybody comes into the channel and they're like, Chevy, this new stuff in Forza. Whoa, this ain't Forza. When they start talking to me about it, I'm like, now I want to go play it.
One sec, I'll be right back. Be right back. Screen, come back to Forza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That happened many times.
Oh, I bet it has. Yeah, I was gonna say because I've never seen you really play another game besides Forza. I can't remember. There was one you played back in the summertime. Oh, what was it? I
think I was doing the Devil May Cry series. I was trying to do the Devil May Cry series, but I didn't finish it.
Maybe that's what it was.
And I also did Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And still ain't finish it. You guys see a pattern here.
Man, you got to finish Kingdom Hearts. I beat that 2 times now. It's such an amazing game.
So I think I'm almost halfway through my first time trying to beat it.
Oh, what mode are you playing on?
I think it's normal.
Just normal mode, okay. Yeah, I played it on normal mode to stream it, and then I played it on Pride mode just to see if I could do it, and it is a challenge.
Oh, the graphics is so awesome on that game.
The graphics are amazing. The voice acting is amazing. They did a really good job. The only thing I didn't like, or that I was sad about, was they left out the Final Fantasy characters. The only thing I was a little upset about.
Oh, I know.
But I'm hoping
there was no Final Fantasy characters.
No, the only thing they left in was the Moggles. Was it?
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm hoping because they're releasing some DLC for it, so I'm really hoping that they're gonna drop some Final Fantasy worlds maybe. But I'm wondering if maybe the reason they didn't include Cloud is because of the remake that's going on. So maybe they're waiting till the remake is done and then they're gonna release a Cloud world. Because maybe they didn't want to leak that the way he looks yet, or maybe there's going to be, I don't know. That's my theory anyways, that they're waiting for Final Fantasy 7 remake to drop before they drop him into the world again.
That'd be awesome. I will definitely get that.
Oh yeah, same here, in a heartbeat.
I've been missing Final Fantasy.
I'm playing it right now every Friday, and I'm just about done the 7th one. I'm going to start 8 next week, hopefully, and then kind of keep going until I know there's big news supposed to come out at E3 from Square, and I got my fingers crossed it's that they're going to finally say 7 is releasing this year, because we've been going on like 97 it came out, so we're at 22 years since the original game came out. Like, it's time. Drop the remake already.
Oh, yeah.
If you're listening to this, Square, drop the remake.
Drop it now.
Yes, I can't wait anymore.
I think everybody will get it right away.
Oh man, the minute I can pre-order it,
so much money out of that.
Well, the thing they're doing too is they're doing it in episodic format. So it's basically like you get the first episode, then the second, third, and fourth. I think they're doing kind of like it was 3 CDs. They're gonna do it like that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But my thing is
drop it as DLCs as we go along.
Yeah, but I'm hoping they don't get greedy and decide to charge like $100 per. Hopefully they do like, okay, well, because technically all four DLCs would be the full game back in the day, which I think I remember paying like $20 for. Like if they made it like, I would pay $50 per DLC per chapter per episode. But if they go out and charge $100, man, that's ridiculous.
I think they should give us a combination, pay $100 and
get all of it.
$40, $100 and get all of it. And as a release, it's you'll get to download it. You won't have to pay for it. You already paid for it. Just like Forza with the Ultimate Edition. Just you're already there. I'm just waiting for the second expansion to drop.
Yeah.
Still no leaks on that, and it's coming close. But we're still waiting on that, and I don't have to buy it. And in the long run, it saves you some money, you know?
No, is that going to drop for free on Game Pass too? Do you know?
It will be with the Ultimate Edition.
With the Ultimate Edition? Okay.
With the Ultimate Edition, you get the first 2 expansion packs.
Oh, nice.
So we only have 1 expansion pack. We're still waiting for the other one to drop.
Well, it should be soon too, because the other one, the first one dropped what, like in January or even before?
Oh yeah, it should be a few more months.
Okay.
Just a few more months.
There's no rumors out yet on what it's going to entail?
Nope. I haven't heard nothing. And I was looking, but excuse me. The things that I hear are more like, nope, not true. I don't trust them.
Yeah. It's all just like
I'm picky.
Yeah. Oh, I don't blame you. So it's all just third party people spreading rumors.
Exactly. Or making the wall paint of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is how it looks, and it's, homemade.
Yeah. I saw the other day, someone dropped a Final Fantasy 16 trailer, and I went and watched the whole thing, and I was like, oh man, this looks so good. Like, I can't wait. And then I looked at the date, and it was like April 1st was when it was released. I'm like, okay, obviously this is an April Fool's joke. And then
it's not real.
Yeah, I was so upset because I was like, this looks amazing. Like, whoever took the time to do that did a really good job.
Oh yeah, I've seen people do Forza Grand Theft Auto videos.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer like I think 2 years ago, and it looked amazing. But I was like, "There's no way that's it." And here we are, 2 years later.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like the Forza Horizon 4. As soon as the Horizon is getting close to drop, my new Horizon should release on 2020. So that'll be next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, every year we get a Forza. So we get a Motorsports and we get a Horizon. We get a Motorsports and we get a Horizon. And it's nice how they did that, because they picked the every 2 years they release the Motorsports. Once Horizon came out the first time, before Motorsports 5 released, they released that Horizon. And the following year, the following Motorsports. And it continued that way.
It's a really smart way to do that too, because now it keeps people buying a game every year.
You always got a Forza. Yep.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
You have the spin-off the following year, and the following year you got the simulation. Both of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, really though. So I have to ask, what was your biggest inspiration to start streaming? Like, was it a certain someone inspired you to, or you just kind of said, I want to get into it? So I know for myself, it was my son. Did you have anyone who kind of not pushed you, but inspired you?
My community has something to do with it, and then watching Moto, 8-Bit, NK, and talking to them and trying to get information out of them. I mean, they figure out that I was trying to stream and trying to get my stuff settled. That was the biggest push. They were my inspiration. Watching them have fun, seeing how they run the channel, it's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
They look like they're having fun. I want to do that too.
I agree. And they're all like amazing people. Like I love tuning into Moto and just picking her brain sometimes. NK like has been, NK to me is like the most down to earth person on Mixer that I've met, and he's probably my biggest inspiration. Like without him, I probably would not be still streaming. Like I probably would have gave up a long time ago.
Yeah, NK's awesome. I still remember when he did that. It was a sing along after dark.
Yeah.
It was at midnight. He did those videos, lip singing.
Yep. Oh yeah, with him and.
Oh my God!
It's Manny, the milkshake one.
Yeah, Manny. Oh,
every time.
So funny.
I love it. I love when
that was unforgettable. Unforgettable.
Yeah. I keep asking him to do another one because I'm like, we need more. We need more lip singing battles.
Oh yeah, that was so awesome. I was laughing my behind off. I couldn't stop laughing. And then Gunpowder and Boom was on there. Moto was on there. Lots of great streamers all come together to get, to just have fun just and show the streamers, hey, we're all right here. Spread the love.
Exactly. And that's what I love about Mixer is like everyone supports everyone. Everyone pretty much has everyone's back. I mean, we might not always be able to get into each other's stream all the time because there's so many amazing people to watch. But at the end of the day, like if you were to reach out to me for something, I would help you in a heartbeat. And I know if I reached out to you, you'd help me in a heartbeat. And that's what I love about Mixer.
Yeah, it's a
camaraderie.
Great evolution.
Yeah.
It's like everybody pushes each other.
Yep.
And gives each other a hand to move up. Of course, there's work to go to it. You got to network yourself. You got to put in some work because if you don't put in some work, that helping hand can do nothing for you unless you do it for yourself.
Yeah. You can only get by so much from other people. You eventually have to put in the work, and especially depending on what you want to do with it, you have to put in the work and sell yourself because you are the brand. You got to sell it properly, and people can't sell it for you.
Exactly. You are the people.
Exactly.
So you got to put in some work and show everybody that, hey, I like to do this. I hope you guys follow me.
Yeah.
And I hope we, get a good relationship. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now I put one of my goals is to try to get to 1,000 to 1K followers before the end of April.
Before the end of April, how close are you now?
So, I didn't put it on stone, but I'm already at 935, so I'm getting close.
You're getting close, man. Yeah.
So high. Oh my God, get goosebumps.
You got it. Are you going to be streaming today?
I'm going to be, I already streamed this morning. I'm going to be doing another stream, bonus stream around 6:00. I'm going to try to start.
Okay. I won't keep you too long.
That'll be a bonus stream. Trying to get as much time as possible before the end of April to see if I could get it.
Oh yeah, grind it, man. You got to grind it. That was my favorite part is just grinding. Oh.
So if I'm gonna sit down and play, my streaming button is gonna be turning on.
You might as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because I find even now I get to the point where like if I try to play a game off stream, I'm usually engaging and I'm talking and I'm doing my thing and I'm like, and my wife looks at me like I'm crazy and I'm like, it's just a habit. I'm like, I can't break it.
You're looking at the other screen. You're like,
yeah, I'm looking all over the place. I'm like, where's the chat?
Why the chat why ain't nobody talking?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I ain't streaming.
Yeah.
It's not off.
It's trying to find that turn off button. So for the most part now, the only time I game is with my son, and then I'm usually talking anyway. So that's where I found the line that was there. In
the beginning, before I even started streaming or trying to get on a regular streaming schedule myself. I used to go when I go to work. I got in the car and I talk to myself. You don't know how many days, months of just talking to myself I've done. It's funny because I think I used to throw on my Bluetooth so people think I'm talking on the phone and don't think I'm completely crazy as I'm driving by them, just having a conversation with myself.
Yeah. Hey, they say it's a sign of intelligence. It's only when you start answering back that you're crazy. I used to do the same thing.
I just asked myself that too.
I used to do the same thing though. I would sit there and I'd play the game like when I first started out, and I would just describe everything I was doing out loud. And like I said, my wife thought I was nuts, but I'm like, I need to practice doing this because it's part of the job. I'll
be driving by BJ's. I'll be like, oh, there's BJ's. Sure, that's where you can get some good sales. But not my kind of place, so we got to drive right by it and just kept talking to myself like that, just in the car.
That is awesome. I like it.
Of all my surroundings. And it took me a long time to break the habit of cursing. I used to curse all the time.
Yeah.
And before I get into streaming, I wanted to be able to try to break that. So for months, as I was saving up for the parts for the PC and everything, I sat there and practice. And every time I said a curse word, I'll be like, oof.
Ooh, yeah, slap on the wrist, $1 in the jar.
Yep.
I hear you. I was the same way. I mean, I was in the military for 10 years, so I could curse like there's no tomorrow. And I found that was the hardest thing at first, was trying not to have like every second word out of my mouth be the F word or the S word or even worse words. And I'm like, okay, I got to really work on this.
People don't realize how hard it is. People are like, don't curse. Just don't curse.
Yeah.
No, sometimes once you get to the habit, it becomes part of your vocabulary.
Yeah, it's there.
So it's like, you don't mean to say it, but it comes out.
Yeah, like you don't even notice. Like there's even times now where I'll slip up and someone will be like, oh, you just swore. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, you said this word. And I'm like, did I? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even notice, because there's times when it's going to slip out. Because like you said, it's part of the vocabulary. You don't even realize you're doing it. Like I say a lot. I'm Canadian. I don't notice it until someone points it out, and they'll be like, oh, is that right? A? And I'm like, oh, did I say a? I'm like, I don't know. It's who I am. I say a. Get over it. But that's the thing. Like you can't.
Somebody says tomatoes. We say tomatoes.
Exactly. Next question has to do with trolls, negativity when streaming. For yourself, what do you do when you're confronted with such things, and what advice would you give to others to help them kind of get over it and get past it, not let it affect them?
All right. People, they want trolls. They want to see a reaction.
Yeah.
They want to break your mood. I don't know why they get off on seeing somebody on screen just lose it a little bit, because we all lose it once in a while. To me, that really never bothered me. I look the other way. Just delete the message.
Move on.
Hey, don't do that here. That's not welcome. I'll give them a few chances. If not, hey, move on. There's other streamers.
Yeah.
Go move on. I don't want toxic in my channel.
Exactly.
But over the years, I had plenty of trolls, even running with my MHPR community over the years. And, we got into lobbies where, I'll be in a party. At that time, I was in streaming, so we'll be in a party and we'll get some trolls. There'll be F this or beep, 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 beep. And one of my members will start going off. I'll tell them to chill, and I'll say, hey, we leaving. You can stay here by yourself. See you later. Have fun.
Yeah. No need for that negativity.
Yep. So I kind of got used to it. It's part of life.
People
do things that they shouldn't. Don't look at it. Don't hate it. Embrace it, and try to make them good people.
Yep.
Maybe sometimes once they know that the rules, hey, don't talk like this on my channel. Don't say this. Sometimes you do a breakthrough and that person turns into a good person, and then you got yourself a good viewer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because he could have been coming from an 18, and maybe in that channel, that streamer might have, let people get away with some curses here and there on their channel.
Yeah.
And you get used to it, and they come to your channel, and there you go. I just simply try to tell them the rules, and if they don't stop, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah. Give them a chance, and then if they blow the chance, well, too bad.
Yep. And don't pay no mind to the negativity.
Yeah.
let the negativity stay in its own world. My stream channel is my own little world. I don't all these bad news, everything going on in the world. It's enough of it. We need
a safe, positive environment.
Yeah, it might sound corny, but you need a happy place.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, I hear you. That's the way I look at it too. When I turn on the camera, this is my world. This is my show. I want it the way I want it. If you don't want to abide by the rules, well, there's other streamers out there that might be okay with, like you said, with you stream or you cursing, with you doing sexual innuendos, with you doing stuff like that. Myself,
yep.
I have my son watch me quite a bit, so I want to keep it as family friendly as possible in case he pops in and I don't want him to be like, oh, what's that word, daddy? Or what does that mean? Like, I don't have to explain that any earlier than I have to.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But I like to grasp and take in as much as the audience as possible.
Yeah.
So I try my best to stay in tune, but when we change games, but my rules still apply.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Even 18 plus, family friendly teen, it doesn't matter. I don't allow anyone to swear. My mods are I don't have them moderate it, but they know, and they'll usually blurb themselves out or like put an asterisk or whatever. Like they know occasionally that they might slip up, and I'm like, hey, don't worry about it, and they'll delete it right away, and then they'll redo it. But other than that, anyone else, it's like, no, sorry, dude, it automatically delete it. You get a warning comes up with the rules, and then I'll tell you, hey, you might not know, this is the rules of the channel. This is why I do it, because my son watches, and blah, blah, blah. And most people are like, oh, well, cool, no worries.
A lot of love, a lot of props to all the mods out there, the mods for every streamer out there. Because trust me, it gets hectic when you're a mod.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it gets real hectic. You can go on the channel. Like I started moderating for Moto.
Yeah,
and I started learning the ropes through her. And oh my god, when she gets featured, oh my lord,
it blows up.
Or play Minecraft. Like your channel, everybody's used to the Minecraft.
Yeah. They know my rules when they come in.
You get what we like to call happy trolls.
Yeah.
They don't break the rules, but they get their joke just through without breaking the rules. You know what I mean?
Yep. I get the occasional ones that come in and they're really... A lot of times when I'm playing with my son is when I get the really bad trolls. So for the most part now, I don't advertise when I'm playing with my son. That way I can prevent that. Because if I don't say my son's there, I don't get it. But as soon as I say my son's there, that's when all the pervs come out and all the pedophile comments come out. And I'm like, you know what? From now on, I'm not even going to say it. I'm playing Minecraft. If my son's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. Only one way to find out.
And that's another thing that we all need to spread. And I think we all been doing a good job trying to spread it, is telling all the viewers, please, this is the internet. This is going through the world.
Yep.
Okay, anybody could watch me. They could turn on the internet, go on my channel, and boom, there we are.
Yep.
Watch yourself. Be safe. Don't give them more information than they need. Keep your personal information, where you live, your true name, your age. Keep it all to yourself.
Yeah.
There's no need to say nothing.
That's what I tell everyone. I always say no age. We delete it right away. And they're like, oh, but that's not really the rules anymore. They got rid of that rule. I'm like, yeah, but you shouldn't be telling anyone.
The rule on my channel.
Yeah. Well, let's think it's the rule on my channel. And secondly, like you just said, you should never give out your name, your age, and where you live on the internet to anyone, because you never know who is watching. You could have that person who can track your IP address just by your username, and now they know your age. Now they're like, oh, that's easy prey for me. I'm going to go after that boy or girl now, because now I know how old they are and I know where they live based on their IP address. And then they're going to keep digging. They might be like, oh, well, my name's this. And then, of course, if they're a young kid, they're like, oh, well, my name's blah, 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 because they don't know any better, which falls on the parents to teach them.
And then they wonder why they're getting hacked.
Exactly. Like I tell my son, I'm like,
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah. You might have not. It feels like you did nothing, but you did a lot by just giving out that single piece of info.
A little bit of information. Yep.
And that's something I tell my son all the time. I'm like, never tell your real name, never say where you live, never ever give out your age. And I was like, and never add anyone on your friends list unless I know them personally. I'm like, other than that, your friends list is empty on your Xbox. That's for my son. And I even have it set up so I get notifications when he adds, or if he even looks up someone or tries to add someone, because not that I'm paranoid, but I want to know what's going on in my child's life.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of like it was back in 2011. Now before 2011, I didn't play online because of that issue. I was scared to play online.
Yeah.
So I stay offline. None of my system was online or plugged online. But then 2011, when the new Motorsports 3 came out, that's when I got online, because to make the club, we got to get online.
Yep.
I was so sketchy getting online. I finally met one person that kept giving me a party invite. I had to go buy a mic so I could join him in the party. And once I heard him, not trying to talk bad, but I heard him, and when you know he's a very young kid.
Yeah.
By the sound of their voice. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, you know that I'm this old, and I tell him.
Yeah.
And he go, it's okay. I like that club designs that you make, and we be friends. And he was like actually one of my first MHPR members that was an outsider instead of my family members.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sure. By the end of the week, I was like, can I talk to your dad?
Yeah.
And he's like, huh? Can I please talk to your dad and make sure that he's okay with talking with me?
Yeah.
He put his dad on. Me and his dad ended up having like a 3-hour conversation over a headset.
That's awesome.
He likes cars, this and that, and a third. We actually swapped numbers.
That is really cool.
Ever since, me and him been friends. And now he's a lot older now, though.
Yeah.
But he's still around. You know what I mean?
And see, that's good, because a lot of people wouldn't do that. Like a lot of times when they're younger, I tell them straight up, like, I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable. And I've had times when parents have come in though, and they're like, hey, my son is so-and-so. And they've sent me voice messages to let me know that it is actually like, so I can hear their voice. And they'll tell me like, I don't mind. My kids really like your channel. They really like what you do. And I've watched a few times now, and I really approve of your message. And I have no issues with you talking to my children. And I'm like, I know, but I still just, the only child I'll talk to is my own child, or family, obviously, like my niece and stuff like that. It's like, other than that, I would rather not risk it.
Yeah, I totally try to avoid it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it also makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. The teenagers and the ones that sound just a little bit older, okay, I'm okay. I could talk to you. I could try to help you out with this, but I'm not going to sit there and talk to you about my life or your life or this and that, or help you out. You're one of my community members. I'm going to try to help you out.
Yeah,
if you're good people and respectful.
Yeah,
if you're not respectful, bye.
Yeah, see you later.
Report.
Yep. Well, that was awesome. That's pretty much all the time we have. We've covered a lot of what I normally ask, and I didn't have to ask many of them, which is perfect. I love it when it flows perfect like that. Before I do get any of your links, is there anything else you want to cover or anything else you want to add before we get all your links and whatnot?
I would like to say thank you to the awesome Moto.
Yes. Shout out to Moto.
You, Mr. Mike.
Oh, thank you.
And all the other great streamers out there. And I haven't forgotten about Gunpowder and Boom. You're awesome.
Gunpowder, she is so awesome. She's amazing.
She is.
Yep. So I'll get you to drop any links you want to drop. Your Mixer, Twitch, or not Twitch, sorry, Mixer, Instagram, Twitter, anything you want to share. And I'll also get them from you after, and I'll just link them in the description when we post this.
Oh, very easy. Instagram, Twitter, all ChevyBoy MHPR.
MHPR. Perfect. I love when it's easy like that. I don't even have to give you don't have to give me the links then.
Gotta keep it linked.
Exactly. It's so hard. I couldn't get Mystic Mike because it's already taken by some tattoo artist, and I was like, darn. So then that's when I had to go with Mystic Mike Live for everything else, and I got it everywhere.
My old gamer tag used to be SS Hot Chevy Boy with no spaces. So I separated it with the caps. So the SS would be caps.
Yeah.
And then lowercase Hot, and then Chevy Boy, how I write it now.
Yeah.
Until I was able to swap it, and we finally got spaces on your GT.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's nice too to see that the only thing I don't like is how they put the underscore when you go to Mixer, but I understand it's for the web presence. It makes sense, but it'd be cool if they would just get rid of the space and put it together, maybe.
Yeah, I know. But so it's Chevy Boy, should be space MHPR or underscore MHPR.
or underscore MHPR. Too easy.
Yep.
And I will link that all in the description as well for anyone listening that wants to get in contact with Chevy. Other than that, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you again, Chevy, for being a guest. I really, really do appreciate it. And
thank you for having me.
Of course. And I may have you on again. Maybe we'll get some more of the MHPR guys on and do maybe like a whole segment just on Forza. You can tell everyone what you guys are up to.
Oh, yeah, we could definitely try to do something like that. That would be fun.
Definitely. And yeah, thank you very much and peace out, everyone. This concludes another episode of Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software. Please like and subscribe to be notified when the next episode drops. To find out how you could become a guest on Behind the BS, please email info@behindthebs.net or follow us on Twitter at behind_BS. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Peace and love.